What? Oh, I remember what I was gonna look at, guys. Do we really give a fuck that this Platner guy has a Nazi tattoo? People really, do people really care about this? Well, he was in the fucking, he's in Blackwater. Who? Oh, okay. See, no, some people probably don't know this whole story. So, there's a guy called Platner. This guy Graham Platner running for Senate in Maine. Okay, and he's friends with Hasan. Hasan's had him on stream, I believe, before. Or some shit. Hasan shielded him. In fact, Hasan's big falling out with Bad Empanada was over Platner. I believe. Hasan was saying Platner's cool. And some chatter goes like, oh, this is entryism. Stop speaking on this. You should just let Bad Empanada talk. Or play a Bad Empanada video instead. And Hasan was like, I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Why don't you go build the Vanguard Party in the fucking mountains on your own and do fucking nothing? Why don't you just go rot? Was basically his response. And then he goes on this whole rant about how, you know, it's not even about disliking Bad Empanada or his fans, really. It's just that he's reminded every time one of them comes in and tells him to watch Bad Empanada that no one forms their own original thoughts. No one bothers reading into anything past the YouTube videos they watch, and all of this is fucking pointless. And so that's when he purged all Bad Empanada fans from his chat. It's quite funny. It's quite a funny rant. Well, let's see if we can find the rant, in fact. Yeah, wait, I think this is it. It's not too hard to find. Yeah. So Hasan and Bad Empanada fell out over this. Over this guy. So he's watching Platner here. And basically, just to give you a rough idea of who this guy is, he's like ex-Blackwater mercenary, went through the military though, and then like joined, you know, like was in Marines and fucking then the main army, and then he left and basically became just like a political figure and was posting on Reddit and shit like that, and called himself a socialist, a communist, all this sort of shit. So he's basically like, you know, he's Hasan's guy. He's basically built to be Hasan's guy.
Entryism is not the way. He does entryism, that is a dead end. You're right. Why is Graham Platner running for Senate instead of just sitting around in my Twitch chat talking about how everyone is actually bad and wrong? I think we're banning all mentions of Bad Empanada going forward, by the way. We're banning mods. We should ban all mentions of Bad Empanada, and we should purge the community of all the fucking Bad Empanada enjoyers. No, it's done. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't care. Go watch him then, okay? He has sound critique and sound analysis. Go watch him, please. Why? Because his fucking loyalists are so unimaginably annoying. And it's really fucking annoying. Not even because it's like, oh, he's saying something truthful and that's actually undermining, you know, my liberal perspective or anything. It's annoying because it reminds me of how much of a fucking failure I am and how much of a fucking failure he is, because it shows me that people only listen to whatever like figure that they have parasocially invested themselves into, rather than, you know, going on their own journey of learning and developing their own opinions. It's just another version of what the fuck I get mad about with respect to like people who love molestiny. Obviously with Bad Empanada, we are aligned on the ultimate goals, I think. Okay? But it's so fucking dumb and childish to come in here and be like, wow, he said this. I don't care. He is an irrelevant figure. He's even more irrelevant than I am. Okay? And I'm an irrelevant figure in the grand scheme of things as well. You guys have propped us up, myself and Bad Empanada and whoever the fuck you watch and listen to, as though we are these like these beacons, these political revolutionaries or whatever. Okay? It's not the case. It's not the case at all. Accelerated fascist administration. He's also openly communicating that what Israel is doing with our support is a genocide. So he absolutely passes that He absolutely passes that bare minimum standard. These are my metrics. You might have different ones, and that's okay. But the thing I won't allow you to do is come in here and just fucking chirp because you watched a fucking YouTuber, and you're just trying to relitigate his anger in here because it makes me feel like you don't have any fucking stake in this at all. And for you, praxis or political action and political engagement is simply yelling in a fucking Twitch chat, and that's morally repugnant. Okay? It's disgusting. Go build the fucking Vanguard on your own on the countryside. That's it. It's so fucking sad. Like, you're no different than DGGers, just so you know. Just because you're doing it at the behest of what you assume is like creating a Marxist-Leninist vanguard or something, or exhibiting revolutionary class politics in your mind, doesn't change the dynamic at all. You are literally doing the exact same thing. You are simply wearing politics as a sleeve to advance drama. It's fucking idiotic. It's childish. It's parasocial. It fucking disgusts me.
Yeah, dude. All of this is all just art of him in the background, isn't it? It's all just like fucking, you know, Hasan and fucking Wolfenstein. So stupid, man.
Yeah, you're just doing drama, but Marxist style, I guess.
Wow. So, kind of a funny rant. So, Platner's Hasan's guy. Hasan's been riding for Platner. Now, he appeared in Pod Save America for like the most softball interview in the world about this tattoo. I don't know if you can see this. You'll see it as he gets close to the camera. But this is like, no doubt about it, a Totenkopf, okay? Which is the Nazi skull and crossbones. Obviously, they would have on like the hats and shit. It's like, literally, there's no fucking... It's not just like a skull and crossbones that's kind of close, kind of similar. It's like, it's a Totenkopf. It's like, there's no question. And he's going to tell the story of how he, how he got this Totenkopf. How he's gone his whole life just showing this off. Let's hear it. So let's hear it.
First of all, what we're watching there was Graham wearing just his...
So yeah, is that not just an amazing video? I'm sorry, like, if you're mad at this guy, when this is how everyone finds out about it, is this guy's like naked in a bar, lip syncing Miley Cyrus, and you see his fucking Nazi tattoo. Like, you just can't be mad at this. You really can't be mad at this. He does look like Noah Samson. That's so true. I was thinking, who does he kind of look like in this video? He does look like Noah Samson in this video, doesn't he?
First of all, what we're watching there was Graham wearing just his boxer briefs.
Silkies. Those are Marine Corps running shorts.
Pardon me. Silkies. First of all, great song choice. Tell us what's happening there, where you are. There's probably some listeners who are very confused. And the reason we are showing this video is because at the very end, you can see a tattoo on your chest. And I've been told that some of your political opponents are telling reporters that that tattoo has a Nazi affiliation. And I would like to know, is that accurate? Are you a secret Nazi?
I am not a secret Nazi. Actually, if you read through my Reddit...
So, Jay still pointed this out last night when we were watching this, but that is like the most softball question ever. Are you a secret Nazi? Okay, well, there's probably like, you know, really, there's probably like a middle ground here, where it's not that he got the tattoo because he's a secret Nazi, but that, you know, maybe he, you know, felt proud of slaughtering minorities or something like that. Like, there could be some other... This not quite being like a Nazi, not like an ideological Nazi, but you and your, you know, military bros thought it was really awesome that you shot a bunch of brown people. It's like, yeah, we're like Nazi fucking... Like, that could be, realistically, what it is, without you being a secret Nazi.
comments, I think you can pretty much figure out where I stand on Nazism,
Right.
and anti-Semitism and racism in general. I would say
This
a
is who
life
Connor wishes he was. Dude, it is just like Connor if Connor was cool.
long opponent. The video is from my brother's marriage to his wife, to my sister-in-law, who I was serenading. I told them that my wedding gift to them would be my embarrassment. And so I performed a lip sync version of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball to my sister-in-law on the day of her wedding to my brother. And the and now, of course, that embarrassment, which was mostly just held internally in the family, as we always watch that video at family events and laughed, is now shared with the world. So I feel like I'm just going to give them a wedding gift for the rest of my life, which is great. I love the the reason, by the way, the reason of this video, Saturday was their 10th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congrats.
And my sister-in-law was showing everybody the video.
Nice.
And I was like, oh yeah, there it is. There's me being embarrassed. But what we also, yes, so in 2007, I was a machine gun section leader with Kilo Company, 3rd Battalion, 8th Marines. We were on the 2-2 Mu, and it was my 3rd deployment. My previous 2 had been to Fallujah and then Ramadi, 2006. And we went ashore in Split, Croatia, myself and a few of the other machine gun squad leaders. And we got very inebriated. And we did what Marines on liberty do, and we decided to go get a tattoo. And we went to a tattoo parlor in Split, Croatia, and we chose a terrifying looking skull and crossbones off the wall because we were Marines. And
so like it's like really no one knew that it was a totem cop. Really? I can believe that they're showing Totem Cop in a Croatian tattoo parlor. I can believe that. But none of you that were getting the tattoo knew what it was. Like, yeah, I understand, like, you know, Marines like dumb, but none of you knew. I don't know, man. I feel like I would be like, oh, isn't that like the Nazi one? I feel like at least one of the like few guys that were there would notice.
You know, skulls and crossbones are a pretty standard military thing. And we got those tattoos. And then we all moved on with our lives. And I actually joined the Army after that, where I got, you know, I had to go to MEPS. I got screened. Later on, I got a security clearance and a full screen when I went to work for the State Department as a contractor doing security.
Yeah, I know. This guy apparently also guarded Abu Ghraib. It's kind of a retarded story because he wasn't like a prison guard. He wasn't like a warden. And he wasn't involved in the human rights abuses. And his thing was like 2 years after the first reports of human rights abuses. He was just like a patrolman that guarded it from like attacks and escapes and shit. But I mean, yeah, he was in the military. Yeah.
The ambassador to Afghanistan in 2018. And I've also just lived my entire life like a regular person with the skull and crossbones on their chest, which by that I mean taking my shirt off, performing Miley Cyrus songs in front of my extended family, and to my sister-in-law, and just taking my shirt off at the beach.
Right, presumably going to the beach, yeah.
I mean, I went to college, I went to the gym, I did all the things, and at no point in this entire experience of my life did anybody ever once say, "Hey, you're a Nazi." It never came up until we got wind that in the opposition research.
The thing is, like, it is crazy to the idea that no one told it was a Nazi tattoo. But why would you, like? He has clearly there is evidence. He hasn't hidden it at all points. You know, like, I have no reason to believe it. Like, why would you run for Senate without getting it covered up beforehand? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it seems crazy that he wouldn't know, but it doesn't make sense if he knew. Like, why would he not just cover it up? His decisions don't make sense. I'm on Team Marines are dumb. It hasn't failed yet. It hasn't failed yet.
Somebody was shopping the idea that I was a secret Nazi with a hidden Nazi tattoo. And I can honestly say that if I was trying to hide it, I've not been doing a very good job for the past 18 years.
Yeah.
So
you're a self-described communist, but also a Nazi.
I will say the fact that I've managed to go from communist to Nazi in the space of 4 days, according to the people who are trying to do this to me, I find to be
waiting on Nick Fuentes to destroy Graham Platner's campaign by endorsing him for senator from Maine.
Thank you for the $5, Jimberly. Thank you.
quite a spectacular turn of events, but you know.
Well, like Miley, you've got range. Okay, so like you came into this, you're just you're a normal guy. You want to make the country a better place. Did you know this shit was going to happen? Like, did you go to your staff beforehand being like, look, I was a Reddit shit poster for a long time. There's some things that are going to come out. Let's delete this.
Yeah, so the other thing is there's Reddit comments. There's Reddit comments where he basically talks about how he joined the military because he thought it'd be really cool to kill people. And he says how he loved infantry combat because it was like a high-stakes game where everything's on the line, where the lives of your men and other people are on the line. So some people have issues, but it's just like, I don't know what you expect. Like, yeah, he was in the army. Why would you join the army? Why would you join the Marines if not to go and kill people? Is that not the point? That's like the appeal. Like, there's probably some people that are like, fuck it, man. There's like nothing else. I've got like nothing else going on. You know, totally desperate. But even though I feel like they would try and join some other branch of the military, I don't know that they would join the Marines. Marines are literally brainwashed into desiring nothing more than killing people legally.
This old account, like, let's get ready for this? Or has this just been a gut punch of like stuff you've forgotten you'd written coming back at you?
I'm an elder millennial. I am well aware that everything I wrote on the internet exists. I know what the Wayback Machine, I mean, the idea that like I went through years on the internet and now think that like there's some way to make that go away is absurd. So no, I mean, and you look, I knew they were going to throw, I knew that they were going to throw the book at me, right? Like I knew that we are up against the machine. We were told not to run this race. I was specifically, like, we were sent messages saying we were not supposed to do this. We had to wait our turn. We didn't have permission. And that if we did it, they were going to try to just destroy my life. And that is what they're trying to do. I will say the Nazi part did not see that coming. Sorry. That one's
wow. This guy is a millennial. I can't watch him talk anymore. How many people get tattoos they thought looked cool? This is Emma Vigeland. They thought looked cool, but didn't understand the meaning of. How many vets took mercenary work for a period because the US doesn't support them? How many young men have shitposted online? Do we want an authentic working class party or not? Look, Nazi tattoos are just working class culture. Thank you, Emma Vigeland. Thank you, Emma Vigeland. Thank you, Emma Vigeland. So, Platner has had this tattoo covered up. So let's see that. Let's see that.
That's some.
Years ago, I got a skull and crossbones tattoo with my buddies in the Marine Corps. I was appalled to learn it closely resembled a Nazi symbol. I altered it yesterday in something that isn't deeply offensive to my core beliefs. I'm very sorry to all of you who had to contemplate a symbol of hate over the past 48 hours.
In 2000, hey everyone, Graham Platner here. I want to talk to you about something. In 2007, when I was a young infantry sergeant in the Marine Corps, myself and some machine gunners I served in Fallujah and Ramadi with were on our third deployment. We were in a naval vessel and we pulled in for a Liberty port in Split, Croatia. We went ashore to do the thing that young Marines do, which tends to be carousing and sometimes getting tattoos. We wanted to get something that represented our jobs, our service, fighting in Fallujah and Ramadi as machine gunners. We went ashore, we found a tattoo parlor after a fair amount of heavy carousing, and we found a tattoo on the wall, a piece of flash that looked like a terrifying skull and crossbones. We thought it looked cool, and so we got it. I have had this tattoo for the last 18 years. I re-enlisted into the United States Army with this tattoo, where I was screened for hate and gang-related tattoos. I worked for the State Department as a contractor, where I got a full physical, which included screening my tattoos. I've gone through life with this thing, taking my shirt off, having photographs taken, videos taken. I've been very, very open in my life with the fact that I had a skull and crossbones on my chest, because that's what I thought it was. It's come to my attention that it has a stark resemblance to a symbol that is used by...
Yeah, it's very funny that you got through all that screening. It's just like, you know, they probably wouldn't have a lot of, you know, troops to draw from if they totally wrote off everyone who has a Nazi tattoo.
Neo-Nazis. And I want to say that was not the intent at all. And the idea that I've been going around with something like that utterly horrifies me. I know that symbols like this can be incredibly damaging to people, and the idea that I've had it all these years and it could have been read like that is incredibly troubling. I have lived a life dedicated to anti-fascism, anti-racism, and anti-Nazism. I think that racism and anti-Semitism are a long scourge on our society and a long scourge on our politics, and I think it has no place in our world. For that reason, I have gone and gotten it covered up. Last night, I went to a tattoo parlor, and I got...
Dude, what are we doing here?
I went to a...
Keep the fucking Totenkopf, bro. Just keep the Totenkopf. So he got literally like a dog knot tattoo, right? It's like Celtic knots and then a dog coming out of it. It's the dog knot tattoo. So it's a dog made out of Celtic knots.
Parlor, and I got this to cover up the skull and crossbones. It's a Celtic knot with some imagery around dogs, because my wife Amy and I have two wonderful dogs that we love a lot. This far more represents who I am now than even the skull and crossbones did, which I thought that it was.
Oh my God.
This has come up because the establishment is trying to throw everything it can at me. It is terrified of what we are trying to build here. Every second we spend talking about a tattoo I got in the Marine Corps is a second we don't talk about Medicare for all. It's a second that we don't talk about raising taxes on the wealthy. It's a second we're not talking about the material struggles of Mainers.
Yeah.
As they try to scrape
the Celtic stuff is often, you know, linked to white nationalism and shit. So he has kind of gone from one to another, but whatever. Hey, whatever. It's worth a try.
System that at its core is trying to rob them. And that's why tonight, I'm just going back right out on the road. We're holding a town hall in Ogunquit, where much like I've been doing for the past month, going around the state of Maine, making myself accessible to Mainers in their communities so I can listen to them. I can hear about what it is they need to change in our political system. And that is what I'm going to continue dedicating my time to. Thank you all very much, and I really appreciate your support through all of this. I will say, it is deeply hard for me personally, but all the outpouring of support telling me to stick with it, telling me that this doesn't matter, telling me that this means that the system is scared, it means the world to me. And I want to say thank you to all...
Yeah, it's crazy they call themselves Mainers, bro.
...of you who have done so.
They actually call themselves that, like, by
choice. Everyone.
So, let's see what Hasan had to say about this.
Will you be speaking about Platner being a Nazi? Yes, of course I'll be speaking about that as well. Dude, you think this community is going to let me live that down? Are you kidding me? The motherfucker had a Totenkopf on his chest, dude. Are you kidding me? Don't say we told you. You didn't know he had a Totenkopf on his chest. I didn't know he had a Totenkopf on his chest. My analysis would be a little bit different if I knew that. Okay, calm down now. Luckily, as you guys know, I'm a part of the Janet.
He's gonna turn it around though. I believe it. By the end of this video, he's gonna be back on Team Platner.
Mills militia. Okay, I'm a part of the Janet Mills militia.
He's gonna find his way back.
Therefore, this kind of stuff doesn't matter to me. Okay, I've already made my most ethical voting decision in Maine. It is one of the most insane, like, for people who are already predisposed with like, oh, this guy's a bad guy, he's fake, he's phony. For you, obviously this is just an I told you so moment. For me, it's like, holy bro, this doesn't get any worse. I mean, quite literally, it doesn't get any worse. It's not even a sort of Nazi tattoo. No, it's just like a straight up, it is a straight up Nazi tattoo. Like no questions about it. It's probably the
So guys, now's a great time to remind you, 315 people here, 30 likes on the stream. Some of those 280 or so people, and please move the cast a thumbs up and clicking it or pressing a thumbs up on the mobile device. That'd be hugely appreciated. If you want to take support one step further, you can donate directly through a Stream Elements link in the pinned chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat, buy a super chat which will highlight your message or read it on TTS, or buy a super sticker which is a YouTube image or GIF that will be highlighted in chat and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you. Okay.
Like the third or fourth most common Nazi tattoo beyond like the double bolts and the swastika. You know what I mean? Like swastika is the most obvious one. Double thunderbolts, unless you're Taylor Swift selling a.
Insert one of my Graham Platner tweets here.
I haven't seen your Graham Platner tweets yet.
I knew I wasn't gonna be welcome. I know I was gonna be written off. I knew people were gonna make fun of my awesome Nazi SS Totenkopf Death Squad tattoo that a Croatian skinhead inked me up with. But we all know it's cool. I'm bringing it back.
Thank you for the $4.20, Jimberly. Thank you.
Merchandise is like pretty common, but I would say that like the Totenkopf one is just like the most insane one. A big part of the reason why I was like on board with him being a genuine person who has like changed and reflected on his like service and stuff like that is one, because I'm not one of those people that insta locks bad behavior or cynicism, but most significantly it was because like he's a Majority Report fan, he's a Michael Brooks fan. So when you see stuff like that, my expectation is that, you know, this guy, it just doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of stuff that he is thrown around that makes no sense, especially considering his background. Right? Nobody comes out and is like, hey, I'm going to be a Medicare for all championing Israel is doing a genocide saying candidate. Because if that was the case, like if people, like when people go, oh, this is like an op, this is a psyop to divide the left. I'm like, brother, have you seen the left? Have you seen the left? We do not need any psyops to divide us. Everybody hates each other. There's no psyop necessary. People have already decided to psyop themselves for free 99. So for me, I like to weigh out all of the different alternatives here. And for me, up until this incident, up until this, which is major, because I think like I'm trying to understand like what is going on. I'm trying to understand what is going on in the mindset of a person that like that goes through this like
Maine Blackwater Merc with a death's head tattoo, but hey, at least he's against Israel.
Lived experience. Like how the do you arrive at like the positions you arrive at? But it's pretty crazy, and I think I need to hear.
It feels like Hasan's having to perform like he gives a fuck about this. You don't, bro. You don't care about this. You're supporting this guy either way.
How is that possible? Is this the American median voter? Is this where we're at? Like this seems like a meme. Oh, dude, what the the swastika tattoo? I thought it was like cool. I thought that shit went hard, bro. Like that's why I got it. I didn't realize this was bad. Like how? In some ways, I like that. In a weird way, I like the Democrats are like experiencing some kind of like discipline on this, where they're like, we don't give a.
It's like that you have to allow a certain amount of the sides cook shit. Like they would never abandon a fucking candidate over this, right? Republicans would never, literally ever abandon a fucking candidate over that. Damn, plays the fucking Mitch Long Web sketch. Like Republicans would never give a fuck about this. It's just some fucking stupid shit in their past. Who gives a shit? Like just fucking, if he's got the right policies, and who gives a fuck? If he's got the right policies and he can win, then who cares? Who the fuck cares?
Probably one of the worst places to run this poll on. Okay, get in there and let your opinion be known. I need to poll this. Whether we knew about it or does not matter. We didn't put it on our chest for 2 decades and still have it. No, I know this is not about that, man. I'm German and I wasn't taught about this in school either. What? Dog, that is literally illegal in your country. That is straight up an illegal thing in your country. Do you think it would have been more recognizable?
Thank you for the 699, Josh. Thank you.
Platner the type of Uyghur to start a union for mercenaries.
Shield? No. Straight up. The skull itself is absolutely a prominent third most prominent neo-Nazi figure. Yeah, it's literally the joke in the Are We the Baddies sketch, man.
Very well. They're coming. Now we'll see how these Russians deal with a crack SS division.
Hans?
Have courage, my friend.
Yeah. Hans, I've just noticed something.
These communists are all cowards.
Have you looked at our caps recently?
Our caps?
The badges on our caps. Have you looked at them?
What? No. A bit?
They've got skulls on them. Have you noticed that our caps have actually got little pictures of skulls on them?
I don't,
Hans, are we the baddies?
The Are We the Baddies joke comes from the totem cough. Like, if he got the fucking skull with the knife in the mouth, like, even that is like a lesser known fascist symbol, right? If he got the fascies on his chest, that is a lesser known fascist symbol.
Yeah, but this is like so abstract. Like, I don't know this one. This is like so abstract. If someone had this and this is like a fascist symbol, I'd be like, that's a Nazi 100%. How the fuck? Why did you get that? Like, the Totenkopf is more believable because it's a skull and crossbones. It's a skull and crossbones. Like, someone could get it as a skull and crossbones. That's feasible.
Of Americans didn't know what it was. Drunk Marine went into a Croatian tattoo shop and picked the scary skulls. A believable story in absence of any other evidence. He holds these views, but them Canada has a Nazi tattoo is a pretty easy to message against them and objectively true. Exactly. Americans, by and large, don't like Nazis. Even Americans who have identical opinions to Nazis don't like Nazis. I can't stress this enough. This is precisely the reason why Nazis will, quote unquote, hide their power level, right? And oftentimes they can't stop themselves from hiding their power levels unless seemingly you're Graham Platner, who seemingly has, under the guise of anonymity, said the exact opposite things that a Nazi would say, while simultaneously having, this tattoo on his chest for 20 years almost. What did the poll end up at? 60% of chat said they didn't know, and 40% of chat said they knew, which is kind of surprising. I thought it would be higher. Like, I thought the people would, a higher percentage of people would say they know what it is.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but Henry, that saying it's a Prussian symbol, that's like saying the swastika is a Hindu symbol. It's like, yeah, sure, okay, man, okay. It's like, yeah, maybe at some point.
Let's finish this.
Yeah, there it is. There's me being embarrassed. But what we also, yes, so in 2007, I was a machine gun section leader with Kilo Company, 3rd Battalion, 8th Marines. We were on the 2-2 Mu, and it was my third deployment. My previous two had been to Fallujah and then Ramadi, 2006. And we went ashore in Split, Croatia, myself and a few of the other machine gun squad leaders.
We had this bit.
I don't know anymore, man.
What
and literally we're like, oh, it's just another one of those guys. Like, that's crazy. God damn it, the American military is so fucking insane. No wonder they have like Atomwaffen all up and down the military's dick. Okay, holy shit, dude. They were like, oh, welcome. You're among fellow travelers, sir. Classic. Oh, you got the Totenkopf. I personally chose the SS variety, but very cool. God, I don't know. I feel like we're making a big deal about this, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, this is, I think under normal circumstances, this would be somewhat of a big deal. Come on. You have a Democrat running for a Senate seat with a literal Nazi tattoo on his chest. Like,
yeah, if this were like 2012, this should be like a big deal. But it's not. But it's not 2012. Shit's fucked.
What the but I guess like American politics is so busted and so out of whack that it just kind of doesn't matter. I mean, I think if you're looking at his chances, at best, this doesn't like entirely tank him, because like most Americans, I guess, didn't know, and he could just like get away with like, I didn't know, right? But from my perspective, this ties everything else up in a very weird way. It's just, so we got to choose between a potential Nazi or a corpse. Love that for Maine. I mean, potential former Nazi. I don't know anymore, man. What the fuck is happening? Oh my Lord. Yeah, he's gotta come out and be like, this is completely unacceptable, and it covered that shit up.
I worked for the State Department as a contractor doing security for the ambassador to Afghanistan in 2018. And I've also just lived my entire life like a regular person with a skull and crossbones on their chest, which by that I mean taking my shirt off, performing Miley Cyrus songs in front of my extended family, and to my sister-in-law, and just taking my shirt off at the beach.
Anyway, YouTube comments seemingly are on board with him, regardless. I can't imagine listening to this guy speak and hearing him articulate his evolution, then thinking, nah, let's go with a 79-year-old woman who would only serve one term, assuming she isn't annihilated by Susan Collins. Oh, Lord, if someone went through my post-history, I'd die. If we excommunicate people forever, if they ever say something bad, no one will ever have the motivation to get better. The voters need to attract the creative working-class majority, all had or still have unideal views on many things. The video might be the most infantry thing he's ever done, like pro-medic. Glad you had grandma. He's the same.
Say, hey, you're a Nazi.
Does he not talk about the Blackwater stuff? I guess not. Can't sweep that. Wow. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. We love Platner, actually. We love Platner. I don't think there's even any evidence of an ideological switch up with this guy. I don't believe that even in the circumstance where this tattoo was, like, he got it knowing it was a Nazi tattoo, I don't believe he got it because he was like an ideological Nazi. I think he got it as like, it's like military, like, fuck brown people, jock culture, you know? That's how it comes off to me. Like, we did some fucked up shit, we're fucking awesome. That's basically... So, an ideological Nazi is someone that believes in the ideology of Nazism, as opposed to someone that just has a tattoo that is associated with Nazism, even if they got it because it was associated. So I don't think there's any ideological switch up. I think it's just he was a Marine who joined the Marines because he wanted to go kill people in a foreign country. He did that. He really enjoyed it, reveled in it. Retired from being in the military and being a merc. Became more politically engaged, and then had his political views lean towards left-wing shit. I know everyone keeps saying this retarded thing about he patrolled Abu Ghraib. He patrolled Abu Ghraib. Yeah. After the human rights abuses had already been reported, not as a warden, as just like a patrolman. Like, yeah, he guarded a prison, not as a warden, was not involved in the abuses. But hey, Abu Ghraib is the one, you know, human rights abuse that people know the name of, or people know to refer to. Hooded man pick. So Graham Platner's an evil guy.